Hey, this is Connor with Conquest HP, and this video is about why powerlifters absolutely need to train arms. Absolutely need to. I know this from experience more than anything else, just because I competed in powerlifting for a couple of years, maybe 2, 3 years. Um, Obviously, did a lot of strength training before that and a lot after that, but that was when I was competing. And in that time, I bought into all of the modern powerlifting garbage about just squat, bench, deadlift. Those things will take care of everything. Maybe do some rows, maybe do some presses, and that covers everything you need to do. And during that time, my arm size actually decreased as my lifts went up. But despite that fact, every time I'd go to a meet, other powerlifters would remark that I was the guy, I was the lifter there with the big arms, which is hilarious because I always thought my arms looked like crap. But somehow they're still bigger than the other guys, even if the other guys ended up beating me, which happened at like Western Championships in Canada and stuff like that. But anyways, I got through all that, seemed moderately successful with it. Who really needs this arm stuff? And then I saw a post by Josh Bryant talking about Bill Kazmaier, or Bill Kazmaier said that hammer curls were among his most important exercises when he was absolutely annihilating the world's strongest man scene. And I think Kazmaier is one of the strongest people that ever lived. And seeing that, I was like, okay, yeah, I admit that Kaz probably knows a lot more about strength than I do. So I started working those things back in, primarily those hammer curls, just because, if Kaz says you do something, you should probably just do it. Did a lot more hammer curls, did a lot more straight barbell curls, did a whole bunch of tricep specialization work. And I added this stuff in on top of what I was already doing because I'm not going to take away sets of bench press or something to do triceps. And I was amazed to see, I thought before, like, okay, arm muscle helps with these lifts. Sure, it's, arm muscle plays a role, but it's going to play that role while you're doing the lift, right? So you don't really need to do another exercise on top of that to really focus on those muscles, right? But what I found was that when I got the arm muscle stronger, just by doing things like skull crushers, barbell curls, what else was I doing? French press over the head, overhead tricep extension, all kind of like just basic stuff like that. Going hard and heavy and pretty frequent with them. When I did that, my other lifts started going up. So like my military press went up, my bench press went up. All of a sudden I could do close grip bench press almost as well as I could do like my competition bench press, which in the two had never been anywhere close to each other before. So I realized that arm muscle all of a sudden was giving, like even the biceps and brachialis from hammer curls. People, especially powerlifters, think that those are just vanity muscles, like you're not going to use them that much. They co-contract when you do any kind of press. So when you do a press and your triceps are trying to extend your arm really hard, your biceps and brachialis have to resist the triceps, otherwise you're going to lose stability. So they have to be able to fire really hard to create stability, and that's exactly what I felt. As soon as I got a little more direct arm work into the mix, I felt more stable in those lifts, and then that allowed me to grind through harder reps with more weight. So, proof is in the pudding there for me, I think. And you can say it's a vanity thing if you want, but really, doing this extra arm work, even 3 sets of biceps, 3 sets of tris at the end of an upper body day, it takes almost no time at all, but it can have a huge impact on your overall lifts and your overall strength. Like even for things like farmer carries and stuff like that, like if arms aren't strong enough to carry that load, then all of a sudden your whole body's going to start to feel fatigued because it knows that the weakest link in the chain is not up to continuing. So it's worth it to really blast those things. And again, it doesn't cost you anything. And for those people out there that think, arms are just it's just to look good and whatever, it's who cares about how you look and all that stuff. Like, my perspective for you people is that you've never had good looking arms. You're like arm appearance nihilists or something. Like, you should try having good looking arms for a little bit, because when you have good looking arms, you feel pretty good about them. Having good looking arms is awesome, and people notice them. Whether or not you're lean or in shape, the rest of it. If you have good looking arms and they look strong, people are going to notice that, and that feels good. So proof is in the pudding. Don't let me decide it for you. give it a shot. Add some more arm stuff into your routine if you're doing the typical squat, bench, deadlift, and let me know how it goes. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe on this video if you like the content, and I will work on putting out some more powerlifting stuff in the near future. Talk to you guys again soon.